people that marriage is beyond just the love that brought you together. You know, we can all be mushy at the beginning, love, but love cannot sustain marriage.
Love cannot sustain marriage. Romance alone.
It cannot sustain marriage. One day to wear out, we will not eat romance, we will not eat love.
Yeah.
You have to bring something to the table. You have to be productive.
Yeah.
You cannot just be a liability to your husband and expect the marriage to be sweet. If my Ankara craft is not picking, I go into my investment opportunities. If that one is not picking, I look into my job as a junior sales or online consultant. You know, something must work at every time.
Something must work. There's no dull moment.
No
sitting down and looking. Money must come in.
Exactly.
No matter how small.
You have to make the money. Don't wait for the man. It makes him respect you the more. It makes him love you the more. It makes him do things for you that you don't even expect. Like my husband now, there are some things I will never have imagined that he will ever do.
Bring it on.
You know, I will never have imagined we'll do some things when we started the marriage, you know. But we'll be 15 years in a few months.
Wow!
And he has done
15 years.
He has done and he does a lot of things I never knew he would do.
Wow.
Even in the home. In the form of assisting in the house. Sometimes I just sit back and the boys are in the kitchen, they are cooking.
Personally, to me, the major causes of conflict in the marriage, I will mention two: lack of sexual satisfaction.
Bedroom management. Bedroom issues.
Thank you, sir.
Other room issues.
Thank you, sir.
Other room keep coming up in our
inner room.
Inner room
issues.
No, it's not just other room.
Not just other room. Inner rooms issue.
And you are getting angry, like why? That you know that we are supposed to enter the inner room. Whereas if you can just apply some form of empathy there, and then you try and picture how a day has been, and if you have been having communication all day, you would know that okay, fine, she was there.
Not just when you are coming or when you arrive at home.
Understand? So you see that all of these things still go, they still intertwine. So if you've been communicating properly, you will actually know how a day has been. And if you can now empathize with her, you will know that she should be tired.
Exactly. So that means when you come back home, when you are empathizing with her, you have been in communication throughout the day, you will know that the inner room might not be possible. Then you enter the bedroom to cool down. This is POA's Diary, Marriage and the Family Series. POA's Diary fosters coexistence through intimacy and reconciliation. And on the last episode, we had Tife, who handled the productive wife. And today, we're going to be talking about conflict. Conflict, causes of conflict, and possible solution to such conflict in marriage. And here with me, I have two powerful guests, and they will be introducing themselves to us. You're welcome, sirs.
Thank you.
Can we meet you?
Yeah, thank you so much. My name is AJANI
So,
and I've been married for 2 years plus now, and with kid, and I'm happily married.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah, my name is AJIBOYE. I've been married for 8 years with 2 kids, and I've been married to the love of my life.
Wow, the love of your life. So, for the sake of this show, I'll refer to you as as AJIBOYE and AJIBOYE. So, we are talking about conflict this hour, and in your own view, what is conflict, Mr. AJIBOYE?
Conflict is my own personal definition. Conflict is disagreements between two or more people that is prolonged. It is not possible not to be misunderstanding, but when it's prolonged, when you don't quickly resolve it, it will become conflict. My own personal definition. Thank you.
Can you give us your own definition of conflict?
Yes, for me, conflict is a protracted disagreement between two or more. So, but for the purpose of this this conversation, it will be between husband and wife, because since we're talking about family, so it will be the protracted disagreement between a wife and a husband.
So, he said prolonged conflict, prolonged issue. He said protracted. That means an issue that's taking a long time to be resolved between the husband and the wife and the husband within the family. Wow. So in your own opinion, what are the major causes of conflict?
For me, I would give you just two that are very, very pertinent. That is from my interactions with couples and intending couples. And these two basically are lack of preparation for this marriage and then third-party interference.
Third-party interference, lack of preparation for marriage, lack of preparation. Mr. Ajiboye, what are your, in your own opinion, like I just asked him the same question, what are the major causes for you of conflicts?
Thank you. I think personally to me, the major causes of conflict in the marriage, I will mention two. Lack of sexual satisfaction.
Lack of sexual satisfaction.
Bedroom
Bedroom issues.
Thank you, sir.
Other room issues.
Thank you, sir.
Other room keep coming up in our
inner room.
Inner room
issues.
No, it's not just other room.
Not just other room. Inner rooms issue.
Okay.
Yeah, and lack of adequate communication.
Adequate communication.
Not just communication,
issues.
not just communication, but adequate communication.
Adequate communication.
And it started from courtship to the marriage. Thank
So
you.
I think now we have 4 major causes.
Yes.
We have lack of preparation for the marriage institution itself. Then we have third-party interference. We have lack of sexual satisfaction. Then the inner room. No, that is inner room. Sexual. Then we have the communication, inadequate communication. So if we must break this down, let's take on the preparation for the institution as the first one for me.
Okay, for me, I would say marriage is an institution, like we say. And for other institutions, people go through stages before they get qualified to get into their institution. You start from pre-nursery to nursery to secondary school, then they write the WAEC, they write JAM, post-UTME. All of this is in preparation for this higher institution. In the same vein, when we talk about marriage, there are a lot of things that needs to be put in place. In a typical Nigerian home, for example, you see the parents, when a child gets to a particular age, they start teaching either the boy child or the girl child how to do certain things in the home. All of that is in preparation for the institution called marriage. So if a certain part of it is missing along the way, there will be a lot of issues. And these days we realize a lot of people just want to get married because other people are getting married, without putting all of the things that are necessary to be in place before you jump into the institution called marriage. That's why a lot of marriages these days are failing, because people are getting married for the wrong reasons. You find out a lot of marriages these days are two strangers who claim they love themselves.
Two strangers who claim they love themselves.
Yes.
Without the prima
They
facie
don't know
qualification.
themselves.
They have not been able to pass through nursery to the primary section, to the secondary and the tertiary institution.
Yes.
So
For me, I would say the 3 months or 1 month counseling sessions done by a lot of churches these days is not enough.
It's not enough.
You cannot do a crash course for this institution called marriage.
Wow.
A 1 month, 3 month crash course, 4 weekends, 5 weekends, 6 weekends, 8 weekends, like a lot of institutions do these days, would not teach you everything you need to know before you get married. I had one of my pastors while growing up used to say, quality of time you spend together when you are dating, it is not number of years, it is number of actually time spent together. You can actually date somebody for 10 years and the quality time spent together is not up to 2 months. By the time you aggregate all the time you've spent together, and you see some people in 6 months, they've actually done more than some people have done in 10 years. Because you ask the right questions, you discuss the necessary things that would affect the marriage. Things that would affect,
marriage
yes,
is in focus, even view.
Yes, things that would affect it. Like, okay, I was talking to a couple recently, and they've been seeing themselves for like 8 months, and they don't even know the blood group of each other. And
Wow.
we've had a lot of cases where people get married and then they now have sickle cell anemia children, and then it causes a lot of issues because that is where all the finances of the home would go into, something that could have been avoided by just a simple discussion and then just doing some certain things that you're supposed to have known, because at least these days we hear a lot of things on the media to informing people of the causes. So even if people did not know before, at least now people know if an AS and an AS get married, there is likelihood that they produce an SS child.
Let me come in from there. I will tell you that there's something I want to mention. That is, I will target photocopy. What I mean by photocopy is that there's an adage says charity begins at home. The parents had a lot of work to do in preparing the child to marriage.
That means
What you guys are doing at home will go a long way in child brain, in child mind, when they are focusing on the marriage.
molding their mind towards their future.
No, a particular lady that I know told me one day that she doesn't know how to cook. You can't tell that lady that she's wrong. It's from her parents. How can a lady of 24, 25 say you can't cook? You can't cook.
That's terrible.
So what are you preparing for marriage for? It's from home. Then the child on her own, as a male or female, you gather experience through process. The family, friends that you visit, your friends that are married. For example, I have a friend called Lekon. When he got married, I was the best man. And the guy didn't know anything about engagement. Off your cap, he didn't know. So it means, first thing, the guy himself didn't have experience. And I was saying, how does it happen? So you don't know you remove your cap, you don't know you do this, you don't know you do this. It's like they're forcing him to do everything. They have to tell him that you do like this. It's like they're forcing him. So the first thing is from home. The parent has a lot of work to do. Then church.
Yeah, because the kids, especially growing up, kids, the parents, they're like mirrors. So if you actually take a census of anybody who is abusive, by the time you trace it, you discover either the mother or the father is an abuser.
Okay.
It is what they see growing up. You get used to it. They see it as norm. So if you have a child that grew up in a happy home, he or she will strive to try to ensure that he or she gets into a happy relationship and would want to do everything to make that relationship work. And the vice versa. If you see somebody who grew up in a very, very abusive kind of setting, that is what is in the person's head. You would not see anything wrong in eating or beating the spouse up when things are meant to be discussed with mouth. But when they grew up seeing punches being thrown in the home and they see it as normal.
Wow. I am beginning to feel that you are putting conflicts that people are experiencing as a result of the way they were prepared or the way they prepared themselves for marriage.
Yes.
You are putting it more on the parents.
No, there is a limit to what the parents can do. Fine, but like they say in Yoruba land, they say when we never be in it, then somebody will now reborn him or herself. It is not everybody that does that latter part of it. A lot of people are stuck with what they grew up seeing. And they say in this part of the world that if you want to actually hide anything from the black man, write it down.
The book.
We don't read. So if people do more of research and they read and they say, okay, fine, okay, when you see a particular home that is happy, what is going on in that home? What are they doing right? Those are the kind of research people need to do, especially the younger ones. You say, okay, fine, I want this kind of marriage. Maybe you see your pastor, for example, and you want to model your marriage after your pastor's own. You find out. You try and see what your pastor is doing that you can also emulate. Even that, I'm using that as an example. So in case, let's say you are not from a home that is happy, in quotes, you can model your own marriage towards somebody else's own. You don't have to use your experiences to
that's
say
what I want to hear.
that is how it's supposed to be.
Then I would like to come in from there. I am very close with 3 families, 3 homes, and I'm very close to them. Before I got married, those 3 families has modeled me to what I'm going to meet in the future and the way I will build my home. For example, in a particular house, we are many there, but if you meet the husband and wife that are the head of that house, you will learn many things. You will learn many things. The way they behave, the way they relate to each other, the way they do things together, the love that hold them. You will like to marry. The 3 homes, the love that hold them together, you will like to marry. Then we learn different things.
Good mentors.
We learn different things from them.
Good mentors. So you look at marriages that are doing fine. After all, if you want to start up a business, you model after businesses that are doing fine. Yes. So why can't people do the same when they want to get married too? So you look at marriages, okay, these people have married for 60 years. These people have married for 70-something years. You see people have married for 50 years, 40 years, 30 years. So you can also do the findings to find out what they have in common. And then you know that, okay, fine. And from findings, you would see that it's the same thing that is holding those families together.
Exactly. So for me, what I'm trying to say is that if you are looking for mentors, I do say something like every family they have their own culture.
Yes.
And the culture in every family is different.
Of course.
They might be Christians, they might be Muslim, but the underlying thing is the fact that there is something peculiar to every family because their background is different. And I talk about mentorship. So people need to look for families that they could understudy.
Yes.
They could they love, they know them.
How they interact. You've seen that this family, and we're not talking of highlights on Instagram.
Yeah. No.
You know, everybody, they say, like, there is a saying, they say everybody is a billionaire on Instagram. We're not talking of those kind of highlights.
Yeah.
We're talking of families you've interacted with. You see how they relate. It's not that they don't have issues, but they don't protract them.
Exactly.
Their issues are resolved. That you are Christians does not mean you will not have issues in your marriage. But your ability to be able to resolve them within a very, very short time, and it's not affecting your relationship, is what actually makes it
and we need to understand this. Marriage is for everybody. Whether Muslim or Christian, it's for everybody. But the way you manage it is what people will see outside. And it depends on the 3 things: culture, nurture, and your nature. You have to look in towards all those things before you said I want to go into marriage. That is part of the thing that you need to prepare yourself for.
So we're saying that for those who are married now,
Yes.
they need to, and they have conflict when it comes to how they got into it. Maybe by the time they got into marriage, they discover that they are there already. They can't even say this is the formula. This is how I got into it. I love the girl. We got married. Maybe they even got pregnant, and they found themselves they are forced into marriage. So for them to be able to correct that, they need to go back.
Yes.
They need to look for
the steps.
They need to retrace their steps. And for those that are looking at how they are going to get married, they are yet to be married, they should look for families that they will understudy.
Yes, you can model. You say, okay, fine, this family, I love the
You can blend 5 together, you can blend 3 together.
Pick different, then
just the best, and have your own family structure and culture.
Just pick good families, study them, ask questions.
Yeah, I like
when
that.
When you see the husband, ask him. Like questions like, you've been married for this long, what has kept you? When you see the wife, ask questions. Is it that this your husband is that good? That is it that you guys do not have issues? That is when you now realize that there are actually positive and negative conflicts.
Okay, thank you very much. I think we should move to the next item on the list of our courses the causes of conflict, and I will direct this to AJIBOYE. He talked about lack of sexual satisfaction. Lack of sexual satisfaction, something that has to do with the inner room. How does it cause issue?
Thank you very much.
And maybe it's just how many minutes and how many.
Sir, it's not about how many minutes, sir. And it's not about how many hours. That inner room, it has caused a lot of divorce. And I'm telling you today, I know many people. If I start mentioning names, you'll be marvel. Telling you, because I have seen husband and wife that are into conflicts, and they went to counseling, and they're asking them questions, what are the real things? The husband will push it to the wife, and they will ask wife, what is the problem? The wife will push it back to the husband. Ask him, ask her.
Drama.
I ask him. He does not respect me. Respect at what aspect?
What is the issue?
And at that time, sir, there's no born again. When it comes to inner room,
no,
there's no born again inside it.
No, now they are supposed to pray about it.
No, pray what?
Maybe it's battle from
Sir,
family
there's
side.
no born again when it comes to inner room.
Sexual satisfaction.
There's no born again there. There's no born again there. There's no born again there.
No, you have to be holy.
Sir, I have seen pastors fighting that nobody can come in to settle the conflict for them.
Because of the
They cannot
it's
answer.
issue. Say it, sir.
Ask mommy. Mommy is not doing very well. Ask daddy. Daddy is not doing the way I want.
Daddy, what is the problem?
Ask mommy.
Mommy, what is the problem?
Ask daddy. Are you the person that has brain?
Pastors,
I'm telling you,
but
it causes a lot.
Be holy as other am holy. Jesus said, do what I'm doing.
The first thing is that
Jesus did not do all this inner room
thing.
thing.
The question I will ask you, if I'm to ask you a question, is that is there any time the Holy Spirit says, "Bagong, it's time for sex"?
I don't know.
There's nothing like that, sir.
The Holy Spirit
does not have sex. So
Spirit does not have sex. So Spirit will not control that.
Okay, there's no born again about that at all. It has to be maturely planned about it. If you don't plan it, it will cause conflict.
Must that be
you
timetable?
can't have the same libido, the same percentage libido. You can't have the same. One has to step down, and one has to step up.
So yes. If the wife has high libido,
I have seen a pastor. I'm saying it today.
Why are you using pastor now?
No, because of everything attached to spiritual. You think spiritual father is everything that they know. Yes, let me say that a very good brother, when he got married around 6 or 7 years ago, he left his house for the wife.
Why?
For almost 1 week.
Why now? Why?
It's because of that inner room issue.
They tell mommy, ask mommy, ask daddy.
The man cannot do very well. The man cannot do very well, and the woman say, so you are like this. Then they started calling themselves names. You are a dog, I'm a goat.
Sexual satisfaction.
Inner room, it caused a lot of conflicts. Because the main issue is that they don't quickly resolve it.
Because people don't, they shy away. In this part of the world, they shy away from it. They don't even discuss it.
I think that will take us to communication.
Yes.
Inadequate communication.
Except some very few churches these days, that when you go for the counseling, they eat the nail on the head. There was one, I think it was one of our counseling sessions while I was getting married, where they would ask the husband to call the name of the sexual organ of the, and you see
holy.
He cannot. As in the sexual organ. He said, say penis. He cannot.
In fact, the mouth that you used to pray, you now be calling such.
In fact,
he can.
In fact, the woman that handled that aspect when I was doing counseling for marriage, that woman, I give it to her. Different styles. She mentioned it. Say, my sister, don't.
So you are saying that she did a good job?
She did a very good job.
She was
told us that
real.
Even when you are pregnant, my sister,
you should do it
like this.
She gave the
like this style is very good.
She was a thorough
this style
counselor.
Is very good woman. She told us that when you are pregnant, like 8 months plus,
you need it more.
Wow.
Brother, just tell the baby your father is coming in. Then the woman should.
So there's a way you speak to the baby.
Yeah, I heard it for the first time.
When you were doing
Then
counseling.
counseling. The woman told us, ìyá oníṣọkúsọ dé o. Come in, close
Okay.
to me. Let me tell you how it happened.
How you do it.
And she told us something that day that I cannot forget.
Okay.
She said, it unites husband and wife. And it's true.
It brings connection.
It brings connection.
Spiritual connections.
Ah,
Physical
Please, let's
connection.
let's talk about physical. It brings physical connection. Don't know about spiritual.
The spiritual thing now. The spiritual
The
thing
inner
too.
is the spiritual thing.
The
So
spiritual
they
thing.
say, you know, that's why it's inner. Before you get into that inner, the spirit and it stays there. Does not follow them inside.
But your emotions enter there now.
No, the last time spirit was involved was Mary.
Mary. So that was the
The
birth
mother
of
of
Jesus
Jesus
Christ.
Christ.
That one.
Okay, we should leave that
Since
one.
that time.
Okay, how does inadequate communication comes in?
Okay. Thank you very
Ajiboye.
much. Thank you very much, sir. When you are doing the courtship before the marriage, you need to find time to talk about it. Somebody like me, I talked about it. I didn't come from room to sitting room, from sitting room to room.
Like-
I came from outside. Me, I came from outside. You know, we have sitting room, we have room, like 3 rooms, kitchen. Then some people, they are from sitting room to room. No, somebody like me came from outside.
From outside.
From outside. If my house is around Surulere, I came from Ekpe or Badagry. So I know everything that you want to tell me. So I have to discuss with my wife to be then.
Okay.
Because I know we you know, different girls with different styles. Some will talk more outside. Some will not talk when they come inside. Some will do things outside. But when they come inside, they become holy. So it's better we talk about it now.
Talking about everything.
Everything.
You know, for me, when it comes to communication, when you are trying to get married to somebody or you're married to somebody, that person should be your best friend. When you start having one bestie, another bestie when in one place, when things happen to you, for example,
Childhood friend though.
let's use this example, typical example. You're working, you're at work, you get promoted. Who do you call first?
Bestie.
And so you first call bestie, then you tell the wife when you get home.
That's how we really do it now.
And it's the same thing. So when you start saying, so the communication, there's a gap that is being created there already, because at that point in time, you should be eager to share this news.
First hand.
Yes, with your spouse. Your spouse should be the first person that should come to your mind any day, any time, when anything is happening.
So you are saying that when the first hand information is not your bestie, the first hand information is not getting to your bestie.
Your bestie
when you have had
wife.
bestie,
When you have another bestie,
then the communication becomes inadequate.
yes, because it simply means when there are issues with your bestie, in quotes, which is supposed to be your wife or your husband, as your spouse in this case, you resolve it ASAP, because you do not want, you can't, I mean, you know how we all have besties. You know how it is when you cannot talk to your wife for 6 hours, for 12 hours, because of an unresolved issue, because she did something to me in the morning, and which you have not resolved. Then you will get to work, you will not call. You will close from work, you will not call till you get home. You know that night you will have to actually, if you don't resolve it, it will get to get into some other things, because day 1 will go, day 2 will go. That means then you are leaving room for other things to happen. So communication, in the sense that at every point in time, your spouse should be your best friend.
Your spouse should be your best friend.
Once you start having other best friends,
Voila.
there is trouble, because at that point something happens to you, you call those ones first. You inform them first.
Then I will chip in there. When it comes to communication, we have a lot of ways to communicate. But when it comes to adequate communication, sometimes you will not laugh with each other, because the truth must be told.
You have to be frantic.
In fact, and then when it comes to adequate communication, sometimes if you are talkative, if you are extrovert, somebody like me, when I'm talking, my wife don't talk. Even sometimes she will be seeing the way I'm talking as if I'm eating.
Using like hammer.
No, I will say it the way
Get
it
the
is.
point.
It's supposed to be like this. You to check it. That's adequate communication. It's not that everything should be rosy.
Because your wife, you have to. I don't want to
Even
talk.
before, I didn't change the way I talk.
There are some wives that because of the love of the family, what they are supposed to address, I don't want to talk. Before you know it, BP. Before you know it, headache. Before you know it, so many things that without happening to them. Some of them even lose their life.
That's the reason why I said adequate communication.
Not because of love, not sentimental.
Love is before marriage. After marriage,
reality.
After wedding that day, when we get to the house, which we call marriage, is understanding of love. It's understanding of love. Is that because marriage is an institution that you cannot graduate from.
You cannot graduate from it.
I spent 5 years in Unilag and I graduated.
Okay.
That one is different from marriage. I've seen somebody of 50 years in marriage now. They are still learning. The way we still open some chapters.
And they can still be in 200 level.
Yes.
So
you can repeat the year. You can just keep living that year. If you've not completed some certain things, you will not
move to the next level.
Yes.
Wow.
You keep on learning every day. Learning from people that know more than you. Knowing more than me does not mean because you have married before me.
Okay.
No, somebody like me, I've been settled conflicts in the marriage before I got married. Some people can testify to it now.
You have experience.
I have experience. I have body of experience. Then
in reconciliation.
Some people teach us many things that we need to know before we go married.
Okay, that's good.
They take their time to tell us.
So you are using the experience in your own home.
So we leverage on that when we got married.
That's wonderful, and that's leading us to a third party interference. You know, I told you that it was not long ago. I was in a youth forum, and they asked me this question too, that what is the limit of third party interference? And Adebi, you have listed third party interference as one of the major causes of conflict. So how does that apply?
Okay. There is a school of thought that says, as newlyweds, for the first few years of your marriage, you're not supposed to have anybody living with you at all. No family member, so that there won't be any spy in the house that will be relating what is happening in the house. At that particular point in time, they say any marriage that can scale through the first 5 years, because the first 5 years are supposed to be the most turbulent years. That is when you actually get to know that, okay, fine, he presses the toothpaste from the middle. Yeah, I like to press it from the end. But this guy, when we're dating, his room is always neat. But now he will throw t-shirts on the door. He will leave boxers at the on the floor. The shoes are scattered all over the house. You get to know a lot of things during those first 5 years. So, but if there are other parties involved, there is this small issue now. The mother is calling. The auntie is calling. The wife's mother, his mother-in-law, is calling to say, okay, fine. So what is happening here? There are issues at this particular point in time. These issues are meant to be. Having issues is a normal thing in marriage, in any relationship at all. You can't have a conflictless marriage. So it now depends on the kind of conflict you would choose to have. You can have positive conflicts or negative conflicts. Positive conflicts are conflicts when you have that. When you move on, you sit down and resolve those conflicts, then you become better for it. Which means maybe I'm just getting to realize that my wife does not like me to have the room scattered. And that is what is causing the issue. I'm just stating that as an example. So I know going forward, by the time I come back, it's either I put my shirt in the dirty basket or I put it gently in the wardrobe. That is addressing the issue positively. But if I choose to say, no, I'm the head of this house, and as the head of this house, what I say is law. Take me as I am. This is how I am. You know, people are fond of using that statement. This is how I was made.
So.
This is how I was created. I was made like this. Just take me the way I am. So, but when we tend to handle conflicts positively with a mindset to get better, then there will be less issues. But when you just take the conflict like, I don't even know what is wrong with this. So for the the issue that we raised, which is the third party interference, most times, if you leave spouses together, they would resolve their issues. But the moment they start having third parties, then somebody is mentioning to the wife, me, I cannot take that nonsense.
And we have many of them.
You understand? That nonsense, me, if it was me, I would have eaten her. If it was me, she would not sleep in my house that day. Then you start different
thoughts
opinions and co will be coming from people that are not doing the same thing. They are not doing this thing.
They don't have that same issue.
Yeah, so even the ones that have the issue, that's not how they are resolving their own.
Exactly.
In fact, when you allow people to come in, they will scatter the thing. They will you won't be able to resolve the issue again.
Wow.
The best thing for us to do as a couple, I'm using my own personal opinion now, is my wife must have a mentor, and I too must have a mentor. I told my wife that time, who is your mentor? Because there's no time that there won't be conflict. It's almost every time.
Yes, sir.
You started from different small things, and if you don't careful, somebody like me now, we have to adjust for each other, balance the equation, throw my boxers away. From where I stayed before I got married, I don't wash my clothes. I give it to dry cleaner. So when I wear it, I just put it somewhere, then pack it together one day to go and give it to dry cleaner. So when I got married, we have to balance it. Wash your boxer by yourself. No, let me give this one to dry cleaner. Don't give. I will wash it. Let me wash it. I can wash it myself.
So you have to balance
all those things. We have to balance
adjustments.
Then my mentor, I can tell my mentor this is what I'm going through for now. He will tell me, he will advise me. Mentor is different from, there's a way the person that you see that have experience more than you can quickly arrange things and tell you that, okay, try this.
They lead you to the right path.
Try this if it's work for you. They won't push you. Not push you now. Because most of people that will say, I can't take it, it's a lie, they take more than that.
Yes.
I have seen it very well. They take more than that. I have a friend, for example, that I said, why are you eating your wife? And I said, when you go married, you see it. Then, that was before I got married. So I talked to him that instead of eating your wife, you can take your cloth and go out. It works for him. But somebody like me now, I don't go out when we have vision. I stay at home. We talk about it. We settle it. Because there are some people that I know very well. If they hear that something like this happen, they will blame me direct. Those are the people that we need to move.
When you have people you are accountable to.
Accountable.
Yes. They always say if you're getting married to somebody, the person should at least have one person that he or she listens to. If the person does not have anybody that the person listens to, then you are in for trouble. But it simply means when you have some certain issues, then there's nobody to call. Some people is their mother, some people is their father, some people is their pastor.
And it shouldn't be.
No, it depends. It depends on what works.
We need to settle that one before we go.
It shouldn't be mother or father.
It depends. When I say listen to, let's say for example, I would use myself as an example.
Okay.
If no matter how adamant or how stubborn or how unwilling I am to do certain things, if my mom should call me, because maybe let's say my wife called my mom now to say, hey Joe, I've been trying to talk to this, he's not willing, so don't worry, I'll talk to him. If my mom should call me, even if I don't want to do it, because of the respect and the high esteem in which I owed the person, the kind of regard I have for the person, I would listen.
Okay, let's.
Why did you say not parents?
Because even when you are doing the counseling, they will tell you that don't allow your parent to interfere.
Okay.
They will even tell you, because most time parents will side.
They are sentimental. It's natural.
It's natural. Why do you do that now? Don't forget, he's your husband. It will all the lady. Then if it's lady, you will hear something like, you should know how to talk to him now. He should listen to you. And it's not easy like that. It's not really easy.
Meaning
like that.
There's a place of parents.
There's a place of parents.
And the place of mentors.
That's why
Mentors
I said,
will not
if
be.
you don't have mentor, you cannot mentor. So it's not better for you to have a mentor. You can have a mentor, you can have a coach that you can talk to in this aspect. Please, can you Then you talk to me about
and
it.
that's why people even go for professional help.
That's it.
There are some
In this
issues
part
that
of
you
the
need to
world,
go for
in this part of the
professional
world,
help,
people still shy away from counseling.
but it's getting popular now.
Yes, maybe these days.
It's
But
getting popular. People are paying
shy
for
away
it.
from- They don't even know that, okay, fine, you're having these issues that you're not willing, like we said earlier, the issue of sex. People are so shy about it that even when they are having the issues, they can't even discuss it amongst themselves. At least husband and wife, they can't discuss sex.
Okay, ọ̀gbẹ́ni ò ṣètò.
That what is happening?
They
What
not
can
doing-
we do?
Yeah.
They don't discuss it. And if that is not properly handled, it can lead to other things.
And that's what I'm saying from a professional angle, that it's better that such couples seek professional help.
It's
They should seek professional help.
100% better.
Professional help is not pastor.
It's not about pastor.
It's not all pastors that are versatile. It's not all pastors that have positioned themselves. It's not about imam position. It's not because they are elderly people. It's not because they have been married for a long time. But people that they have the terms and terminologies. They have the knowledge. They have the method to which they will apply. They will give you, and they will be factual.
Some of them have gone for trainings.
Yes.
They've been doing that
So
for years.
yeah. So I think we should round up on that note, because I don't think we can exhaust this issue.
Not at all.
And even if you come for the same set of topics, that is the lack of preparation for the marriage institution, the third party interference, lack of sexual satisfaction, and lack of communication, inadequate communication, we can't exhaust it. If we sit again, we'll sit and discuss it, and a lot of time will be exhausted on it. But I want to say it's a wild time with you guys, and I would love to have you again, maybe on this same issue or some other issues, so that we can help guys out there. It's been a wonderful time.
Thank you.
I hope you will love to come again to POA's diary.
No problem. Come
So
as you come.
what's your final word when it comes to conflict? Before you leave, what's your final word to our viewers? Adebi.
For me, I think couples should learn to empathize more with one another. Put yourself in the shoe of the other person, and then try and see if what you're saying will be palatable to you. So if you try and imagine, I'll use this example. Your wife has been at home all day. You know, she's been to different markets, she's been with the kids all day, she's had to cook dinner for you, and then you get back, she tells you she is tired, and you are getting angry, like, why? That you know that we are supposed to enter the inner room today. Whereas if you can just apply some form of empathy then, and then you try and picture how a day has been, and if you have been having communication all day, you would know that, okay, fine, she was there.
Not just when you are coming or when you arrive at home.
Understand? So you see that all of these things still go, it's still intertwined. So if you've been communicating properly, you would actually know how a day has been, and if you can now empathize with her, you will know that she should be tired.
Exactly.
And
So that means when you come back home, when you are empathizing with her, if you have been in communication throughout the day, you will know that the inner room might not be possible. Then you enter the bedroom to cool down.
Then me, I will mention two things. The first one is prayer. Prayer change things. And prayer will bring you together. Almost every time when you pray together, to bring you together. If you can find a time, then have a time to pray together, it will help. It will help to resolve conflicts with communication. With communication, you have to communicate. If you don't communicate, there will be an issue.
Thank you.
There's no how you want to do
Thank
it. So I will subject it to that.
It's not limited to prayer.
It's not limited to prayer.
Not only prayer.
It's not only
Prayer
prayer.
But it's good that we should pray, and even prayer is
When
communication.
you are communicating to God,
tabling the issues of the home before God, to place it before God, and that is a way of communication. We want to appreciate you for coming, and it's been a wonderful time.
thank you.
And our viewers, they must have enjoyed you, and they've been enjoying so many of the episodes that we have brought. So viewers, we want to appreciate you for staying in tune. Those of you that have been commenting, we appreciate you. And for those of you that have not subscribed, please click the subscribe button and the notification bell, so that you can continue to enjoy. The notification bell will give you an alert when there's a new episode. Continue to stay tuned. Thank you for staying with us. God bless you.